What's love? Got to do with it, babe.
I had a moment, I had to be a savage. I had to put it in motion. You so mad and I'm laughing. You know we came from the show me. We don't care if we blasting. Blasting up and we glowing. The angels gon' buy me an ass.
Love. I strip it down to consciousness, right? And I wish there was another word for it because I'm not conscious Twitter. You know what I mean? Like this is just a culmination of unanswered questions and a lot of research. So, and shit I was thinking about when I was high. So one of the big missions in life is to create. I wrote this when I was like, one of the missions in life is to create. In this bleak, chaotic universe, time as we experience it is not a thing we can grasp. We cannot experience our pain, love, hopes, and fears as a nonstop stream, seeing as these emotions only fluctuate. They don't all persist at once. They're here for a time and gone the next. One thing we are so fortunate to endeavor is that our particular consciousness naturally manifests inspiration to create, naturally manifests this desire to create things in the universe. Those who can see the universe in ways unexperienced or underexperienced by most create better worlds, more equipped with the emotions we cherish. Now, somewhere in there, we recognize that our experience as humans is one of recognition, of recognition, of worship, of prediction. In reaction, we build up so many stories and protocols and ways to make our lives easier. And one of the ways that we try to make our lives easier is by ignoring certain things. So I think within the thing within the thing that I wrote about consciousness, think about how many fluctuations you go through. Somebody cuts you off at a light. That's a different type of anger than when somebody says something to offend you. Someone you know knows that this is getting under your skin. That's a different type of anger than road rage. That's a different type of emotion than the love you feel when you look at your child, which is a different type of love than when you bite into your favorite dish and listen to your favorite song. Perhaps they could. This is the trippy thing about consciousness is how much of our sensory experience is intertwined. What your brain does with these various shortcuts to experience the past again, or to make way for a future you would like to create, or a wrong that you would like to right. So while we're experiencing all of these fluctuations, what remains constant? And that is the eternal question. As you go about life being disrespected, being praised, being surprised in good ways, surprised in bad ways, having amazing sex, having terrible nightmares, job you hate, or career you love, or vacation, or the feeling of coming back home after a vacation and the overwhelm of it. This is all real life, grown up shit that no one actually gives you a roadmap for when you're walking across the stage accepting a diploma or a degree. What remains constant, my hypothesis, what remains constant is where you find love. So not the emotional fluctuation, but no matter what, I'm gonna always love my kids. And they take me through some emotions. They take me through some changes, buddy. However, I've practiced loving them. Love is something to be practiced. It's something to be practiced. Like, I didn't have to decide to love my kids. I just did. I do. I just do. It's automatic. It's something that's just in there. They look like me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, how can you not love somebody that look like me, right? They look like me. Maybe that started it. Maybe that kicked it off. Maybe the weight of the responsibility of it drew me to loving them, saying there's nothing I wouldn't do for you and nothing you could do to ever make me stop loving you. You see that consistency? Like, have you ever had a piece of art or content that you just can't get enough of? For me, it was the movie Tenet. I don't know why, but like when this movie came out, I was drawn to it. I watched it once and it changed how I looked at storytelling a little bit. And then I watched it again because I didn't really understand what happened the first time I watched it. And I watched a YouTube video about it. And then I realized I really didn't know what was going on. And then I went down this rabbit hole and was just in it. Because it was something that was so transfixing that it made me interweave it into the ways that I was thinking about everything else. Brilliant piece of art, drawing out what I love about cinema, drawing out what I love about stories. This practice of going through all of life's challenges and having those speed bumps and those guardrails really tell you what it is that you love and what you don't. As you travel down this river of life, you will eventually face the possibility of capsizing on these rocks called bills or betrayal. I'm trying to think of some more B's. Bitch, no. All of these rocks that are just there because the journey is just hard. It's uniquely your difficult journey. And eventually when you are faced with turning over your boat, someone extends a hand to help you, or you realize your passion for helping a certain subset of people. And it allows you to power through it. And it allows you to keep going. This chaotic universe that we live in and these chaotic minds that we have that are constantly receiving information and constantly thinking thoughts that we test up against real life to figure out if they make sense. And once they give us the feedback of peace, or the feedback of lust or love or gratification in any kind, we develop neural pathways and practices. The one practice that's perhaps most important is practicing where you want to be consistent, where you want to stay solid as a rock, even as the winds and the waves and the storms pass over you, where you want to just be grounded to say, I'll never give up on you. I'll never stop working on this. I will put myself in a position to alleviate all of the stress, anger, and pain of this person or these people. The constant nature of love is something that we should all aspire to. We should practice it. We should recognize it. Somebody gave me a compliment. Actually, it's a string of compliments. And it was like, shut up. Like, I can't take this. I was like, yo, maybe stop. You good. And I stopped to ask myself why I was responding this way. And it's because I've practiced not loving I practiced being critical of myself. Like instead of practicing realizing that I deserve love from the world, oh my God. And not in no like, but this is even weird for me to say. Like in my head, I'm like, don't put this shit out. Um, so I'm not that type of dude. Like I'm not that type of nigga that's like, you know, like love, like common, just like love, and love it. You love it. I love it. We all love. So like, hear me, believe me when I say like, this is like, nigga, I was showing myself that I was not deserving of love by the way that I was allowing myself to talk to myself and about what I was able to talk to myself about. Like I was telling myself things about how people were acting towards me. Hey man, like you're a really great person. And I would laugh. I still might. Thanks. Like, and then it hit me like, that's fucked up. Like, if I tell somebody they're a great person, I want them to like soak it in. I want them to, I would hope this would make your day. But that rejection of good things coming to me, I'm about to go somewhere that hurts, boy. The rejection of good things coming to me became so cemented into my character that even if I produced the good thing, I wouldn't facilitate its ultimate conclusion because I don't deserve that happiness. Because I believe that I am less than. And where did that come from? Probably something that I heard like when I was a child. Probably a way that I saw someone else treated. Or a way that I saw someone who received compliments and was ungrateful, did not, you know, I didn't want to be like that person. Who knows? But it's in there. It's in there. And when you recognize it, when you're able to call it out, you're able to see this distortion that I've been living under. In all of the chaos in the universe, from quasars and star explosions, supernovas, to heart attacks and family drama, to car crashes and hurricanes, nigga. Like all of the chaos of the universe. And I fail to realize the miracle that is this consciousness that we have. Fail to realize the miracle in it is not just that it exists, but that it is manifest and made, like it shows itself in you and in you and in you and in you. We're able to think, okay, let's try to paint a picture. And I know I'm all over the place, but you know, my show is pretty much a show about chaos anyway. So let's paint a picture. Imagine the destructive force of an asteroid hitting a planet. Hitting Earth. Boom. Now, as you're picturing this and all of the devastation, the ground shaking, the deafening noise, the blinding light of the explosion, as you're imagining this, I want you to imagine a time where you felt like that, where something hit you like an asteroid colliding into the earth, shaking your foundations to the point that you didn't know if you would recover. Your surface is fucked up and there is no saving face. You have a moment in your life like that? Think about this correlation between the chaos of the universe and how you are uniquely positioned with the brain you have to feel what happens. And like, and make sense of it. Like, this hurts because of this. And create things, songs and movies and books and paintings about these feelings. This is a gift. So the universe being chaotic, and if you believe in God, then the universe being made in the imagination of God and spoken out into the void and all appearing at his beck and call. This applies to you as well. Because in all of this chaos, the through line for us as human beings, the thing that's allowed us to build homes and stay fed and rise to the dominant species on this planet, has been this desire to transcend with intention. Now, I don't have notes, so bear with me. We figuring it out. This desire to transcend and to preserve with intention. The tree grows on the forest floor toward its light source because that's where its energy is derived. You grow to be a doctor or an artist or a counselor or a first responder. Hopefully, because you have a calling to be there in that moment, to play this position for the rest of us. Hopefully. Now think about what that is. When you talk to somebody who teaches in a disadvantaged neighborhood, right? And they've been there for a while and it's hard for them, but they endure. Why? It's not the pay. It's the love, either the love of the craft of instructing and teaching, or the love that won't allow you to abandon these people who need you in this chaotic environment. What keeps a musician working throughout the night on making a tune? What the fuck is this? 1935. Making a melody perfect and the harmonies perfect, because they're conveying this emotion, and the finished product is a product of love, regardless what the topic is. Because I want to put all of this confusion together and all of this chaos together to make something consistent that paints a picture, that gives a message, that allows people to escape within it. It gives them the words to say. Can you tell them a little dramatic? Love. LOVE. I have a picture of this Rembrandt. Is a print of a Rembrandt painting that was stolen from a museum. It's not the same one, but I have this painting up, and it's Jesus on the Sea of Galilee. Is it the Sea of Galilee? I don't know. He on the sea, and a storm comes as they're in this boat, and all of the disciples are freaking out. They're freaking out. We are going to die. It is a certainty. Nigga, where is Jesus? Jesus sleep on the boat amid certain death. And when they wake him up and say, Jesus, Like, if it has ever been an appropriate time to take the Lord's name outside of worship, it's this moment. Jesus, nigga, we about to die. And possibly the most loving, weird rebuke of all time, Jesus says, "Peace, be still. The wind's calm. The waves level out." And Jesus is like, why would y'all think that I was going to let y'all die? Why would y'all think that I was about to die? Like, that painted a stark image for me. This in the metaphor there is, amidst all of the storms of life, be solid, be stable, be all right. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Because at the end of the day, I gotta stop saying that. Be constant, be stable, be like Jesus in the boat, not worrying about your life because you know that it's fueled by something consistent, something that's aimed at a direction that was set out before you even knew what it was. Destiny, like, isn't, in my opinion, destiny isn't something that's handed to you. Destiny is a destination. Destiny is a destination. The destination that you're headed is only realized as you walk through all of the wilderness and all of the desert and all of the waves and all of the storms and all of the people that don't like you and all of the times that they tell you no or that your ideas are crazy and all of the times that you mess up in front of people and all of the times that people say bad things about you. That's the journey. What gets you through that is passion, is hard-headedness, is tunnel vision. But I like to put them in this category of a metaphysical phenomenon that we experience within our heads and hearts called love. So you could potentially apply this to marriage. You could potentially apply this to parenting or your career if you love it, or your family that pushes you to the limit. You know what I mean? Like, you can apply this to a plethora of things, because to love isn't to be abused. You can love somebody who's abused you, but it doesn't mean stay there, obviously. Hate that I have to say that. But in practicing love, you're aiming toward your destiny. You're aiming toward where it is that you want like where you want time to end up. That's a where do you want this all to lead? It's within your power to create that, even if it's just in your environment. It takes courage. It takes wit. It takes community. All of it has to be fueled by some form of love in order for it to be real. You can choose that. You can choose that. I hope that made sense. I hope somebody in here is, no, I'm not going to do that. I got to stop playing church, because the devil's going to, Jesus is going to strike me down, and somebody's going to do something. I don't know. I am Craig Smith. Thank you for listening. Love somebody. Shit.